Hey guys, welcome back. And today we're talking about crawl depth. And crawl depth is essentially just the accessibility of the pages. It's the number of clicks it takes to access any page from the home page. And best practices for crawl depth is to ensure that every page is accessible within 3 clicks to improve user experience and search engine indexing. You really want to avoid burying your content. Think of crawl depth as entering a store. You want those products as close to the entrance as possible to keep people interested and to keep people viewing all of your products. And so you want them to basically see everything in order to make that sale. And so if something is, 3 or more clicks away, you're going to have trouble converting those into paying customers. And so with that, I just want to show you that it's not as difficult as it kind of sounds. You can use a tool. It's free. It's called Screaming Frog. And I'm going to show you an example right now. That way you can check your crawl depth on your website by yourself without having to download any paid softwares or anything like that. Okay, so now you can see I'm inside of Screaming Frog. So I'm just going to type in my domain right there. And then I'm going to come over here and click Start. And it's going to take just a minute to index all the pages. So you can see crawl limit reached. And up here, we're just going to keep watching that. We're going to let it crawl up to 100%, and then I'll show you on to the next step. All right, so now that it's crawled 100%, we're going to go right down here to site structure. And then under view, we're going to make sure that it just says crawl depth. And so that's what we have right here. And so as you can see, I can make it go over. So as you can see, this shows, this is the domain. This is the only thing that we're caring about right here. And you can see there's 221 URLs. And then you can see how many are just 1 click away, 2 click away, and then 3 click aways. You can see that my website doesn't go past 3. So you can see here, and then I would just click export, and then you just want it to be a CSV, and then you'd save that. Okay, so I would just go into my Google Drive, and then I would just file upload that file. Once it uploads, take that, open with Google Sheets, and then since I already know that we don't have anything over 3, I'm just going to go ahead and delete the rest of those. Delete. And then we're going to go here. And then we're going to delete. And then we're going to I'm going to create that filter and then just click sort Z to A. And then we can see each one of these websites. Each one of these websites that have over, each one of those websites that has over 3 clicks away. We don't need that. Don't need that. These are our URLs right here. And then I would just take those. Add it to a new tab. I already know that these come off of 20 Process Domain, so can just delete, and then I would keep deleting, and then just so we can make sure that it is clean. And then these would be the websites that I know that are 3 clicks away from Google. So most likely these are all blog posts. And so I would find some way to kind of incorporate those. If this is more so if it was like 4 clicks away, But if you don't want all of these to be 3 clicks away, if you want your blog post to kind of be more prominent on your website, then you can take those and add those to like your main blog post page and kind of set them as like featured posts, and then they would be less clicks away. But this is the easiest way to just kind of see exactly what pages are that many clicks away. And then you could, essentially you could just delete all these internal rows. And then double click here. And then this is where you would add your notes. Like, I would add in like a data validation. I'd say yes or no. And then I would add a row above to just say URL. Get rid of that validation. Sheet B2. And then say, do you want to be featured over 2 clicks? And then I would just put yes, no. Then you would click yes or no. And then inside of there, then I would create that filter. And then all the ones that said yes, I would put those at the top to let me know that I wanted them to be changed. And so that would put that at the top for priority for me to be able to make those changes. And that is crawl depth. You can see, you can be as technical as you want with the back end of your website, but just know that it's not as difficult as it may seem. And you really want to ensure that those pages are all 3 clicks or less away from your homepage, so that way you can be seen online. And up next, we're going to be talking about duplicate tags and how you can fix those for your website.